Adding objectives and endpoints within the ECPT is managed through the Objectives and Endpoints wizard. This can be found by clicking on the Wizard button on the CTS tab and selecting Manage Objectives and Endpoints from the drop-down menu. The wizard is utilized to create the structural relationships between objectives and endpoints. Once the objectives and endpoints are added through the wizard, then further textual formatting and editing is accomplished by clicking directly into the components of the Objectives and Endpoints table, which appear in Section 3, Objectives and Endpoints, and Section 1.1, Synopsis. Note, placeholder content controls within Objectives and Endpoints table guide the user to begin building the table from the wizard. After launching the Objectives and Endpoints wizard, Step 1 allows the user to add, delete, and reorder the objectives. As in previous versions of the ECPT, users can select from content existing in libraries or enter custom content. Available library content is displayed in the right-hand library selection pane of the wizard. The available content name is listed in the first column and can be seen by expanding the content tree. The second column lists the preview text, and the third column lists any available instructional text for the elements. Located below the library selection pane is the preview content pane. It displays the full text of any cell where the cursor is placed above in the library selection pane. To add objectives, click on the desired content and then drag and drop the selections to the appropriate location on the left side current selection pane. You must drop on the appropriate drop zones, which are the headings Primary, Secondary, or Tertiary Exploratory. Users may also check the desired content and use the Add Items button in the Actions menu after highlighting the desired drop location. To enter a custom objective, the user highlights the location where they wish to add the objective and right-clicks to expose the Add Custom Item option. After clicking the option, the Add Custom Item pop-up appears. Users can add a single or multiple objectives by clicking on the Add button. Within this window, they can then enter specific text for the objective or choose to leave the default labels as placeholders for future editing in the Objectives and Endpoints table of the document. While working within the Add Custom Item window, users can also delete items they added or reorder them. By clicking Save, the custom objective appears in the current selection tree view. Once objectives are complete, the user clicks Next to move to Step 2 for managing endpoints. Content is added from the available library content in the same way after highlighting the desired objective. The objective is the drop zone for endpoints. Again, custom entries can be made by right-clicking an objective and choosing Add Custom Item. Users can further manage their objectives and endpoint selections through a series of drop-down menu items that appear when right-clicking, such as Move Up or Down, Add Custom Item, Delete, or Mark as Key. The Move Up and Down action allows the users to reorder items within the Objectives and Endpoints content tree. Reordering of objectives and endpoints can only be accomplished within the wizard. The Add Custom Item has already been discussed, and the Delete button allows the user to remove an objective or endpoint. Mark as Key allows the user to select those key objectives and associated endpoints that will be included in the synopsis of the ECPT. Note, all primary objectives are marked as key by default, and tertiary exploratory objectives cannot be flagged as key. When you are happy with the objectives and endpoints, clicking on Finish will begin the processing of the Objectives and Endpoints table. This may take a few moments as the Word add-ins build the table structure or XML backbone. You will see the result stating that the update is complete, and you will click on Close to take you back to the document and the completed table. With the structure of the Objectives and Endpoints table now established, the author can click into any of the content controls within the table and edit text and formatting as desired. As changes are made in the main table, the corresponding content in the synopsis table will also be updated. Similarly, if I go to the synopsis table and make changes, they will be immediately reflected in the main Objectives and Endpoints table. Additionally, if the user relaunches the Manage Objectives and Endpoints wizard to make any structural adjustments, they will see any of the previous content changes reflected there as well. Note, when working within the actual Objectives and Endpoints table within the document, available content will still appear in the CTS panel Available Content section. It may be inserted into placeholder content controls that have initially been established via the wizard. This is how the Objectives and Endpoints wizard is utilized to create the ECPT Objectives and Endpoints table.